On this podcast today, they had a conversation about basically predators, which we used to call gold diggers, right? So this conversation is very interesting because they're talking about Draya dating Jalen Green, and we know the age gap is pretty wide, right? So I'm not the one a fan of talking about love, because who knows who loves who, right? You know what I mean? Like, I've seen a lot of people get married, and I've been to a lot of weddings, and I know the individuals, and I know a lot of secrets they kept, and I also know some that were just completely faithful from hello to goodbye and still got divorced. So I'm not the one to sit there and tell you she don't love him just because she older and she been around the block, like Joe Budden gonna say. But I am gonna say there is a stereotype, there is a prototype, and there is something to this dynamic that we see thousands and thousands of times over. Usually it's a rich dude with a young pretty girl, right? In this case, it's an older pretty girl with a rich dude, right? So we just flipped it just a little bit. Listen to what Joe Budden had to say about this.
Horror stories of athletes losing everything that they ever had because they're not insulated, because there are no barriers, because there's nobody
financially
them
and as far as socially.
I don't want to do this thing where we take 20 minutes to explain something to you that is like
obvious,
there, because
Well,
you,
no, I
you
said-
do this obtuse shit a lot, and not now with this girl.
I said,
And this is my home girl.
Mhm.
But enough. You bitches is predators.
That's just it.
That's it. There's no talk
That's
around.
it. That's it.
And we know what you're doing. And it looks especially nasty, right? Because Draya has been around the block. She done dated all the rich niggas. You had your pick of rich niggas. And you chose the kid?
Well,
Get Draya the fuck out of here, man. And I love you, Draya, but bozo shit if this is true.
We were just saying this about Ja Morant as far as the guidance around it.
Yeah, we see with athletes on an almost daily
socially,
basis.
Okay.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Nobody can tell them anything.
And I literally just asked the question because
Got
I'm not
you.
familiar with him. So I was a question that I was legit asking, but that doesn't excuse the decision that was made by the person who's older in this dynamic
Got
and
you,
her.
man.
And it looks predatory.
Okay.
Ain't no other word for it, bro. Yeah. Predatory.
Okay, so the first thing that jumped out to me was like Melissa Ford, who I know. Melissa Ford, Canadian, like my wife. Go Canada. Melissa Ford, why sound Jamaican? Melissa Ford tried to stop this. Like, obviously, whether it was I want to stick up for the sister. Sound like she had that fake spirit of like, what you mean? Why it can't be pure love? Girl, stop. And that's why I love Joe Budden. He was like, nah. Call this what it is, and we ain't got to BS about it. She's a predator. Now, I think Melissa had to stick up for her because obviously Melissa Ford has probably dated her share of people who she had to deal with this same conversation, right? What you dating him for? What you dating him for? What you dating him for? And I know how this goes. Now, remember, I'm a father of 3. 2 of them too itty bitty to talk about this, but 1 already in the game. And thankfully, she in the game the way she is. She's 24 years young. We'll talk through this. So I was sitting here like, what's the life lesson in this? Like, for real. And I said, how the game get rigged like this? How do women get into this position, right? I could talk about it from a man's perspective, but that's pretty simple, right? Be a baller and get paid, all right? I'm here. You could be the ugliest dude. You in the NBA, you ain't ugly. You ain't ugly. You ain't as ugly as you thought. I'm going to tell you that. Me, and I was a good-looking dude. You know, I was a solid 8. I was like a solid 8. This is, I'm 240, 250. Then I get drafted at 280, all the muscles coming out. I had the bald head, fake Jordan look. I didn't have all these liquor store eyes. And, I ain't had these cheeks, Cavassier cheeks. I was just, I was a good 8. Now, I didn't say 10 because I used to hang with like Tyson Beckford and you see Boris Kojo. And then you start to realize there are 10s out there. Like, all right, I ain't no 10, but I'm an 8. But then I got paid. That 8 was great. 8 became 10. I couldn't go nowhere. I was like, damn, Oh, I like tall, dark, and handsome. I was like, I thought that was from the 70s. No, it's back, right? Because of Jordan. Anyway, let's flip it to the other gender, to the women. How they get there, right? Because let's be real. Dudes ain't really tripping on women who got money like that. There are them out there, and I got a few homeboys. They live in Orange County. They love rich women. They call them cougars, and what they call them? There's something else, some other animal. I don't know. They be out there at the bars, and they be out there at Javier's, and they be, ooh, she got money. I hate, dog, there's been like 4 times in my life a dude, when I was single, was like, oh, dog, you should talk to her. I was like, why? I was like, no, not really my type, man. What's up? Oh, no, she got money, dog. I was like, it just sounded weird. Like, dog, what? You care about her money? Like, she's supposed to care about mine. Felt weird, right? Anyway, a woman, how does she get in that position of being desired? Duh, it's natural. She ain't even got a ball. She ain't got to take no hits, no sacks. She just got to be fine. And here we go. This is how the game gets rigged. This is how you turn into a Draya. Real talk. So vanity is really the core of this. And vanity is a manipulative power, really manipulative. It's sneaky. It'll tell you everything you want to hear. It'll show you all what you think you want to see. But the vanity is the manipulative power that attacks the beautiful. It attacks and eats its own. It will come to you, come through you, make you vain, and then all of a sudden, you will become the vanity. You don't believe me? This is how it goes. So beautiful women, I mean, you could be 12 years old, and all of a sudden, you can't go to the grocery store. Come on, I got a sister. I had 2 sisters, but I live with one. I can see it already, right? I'm like, damn, already? You know what I mean? I walk around with my daughter when she was 12. Dude's already doing that. That little like, I'm like, she 12, dog. Like, you know, they doing that play it off. Like, oh, yeah. Oh, nice. You know, 18, don't, stop it. Don't be teenager, forget it. Adult, rap. Can't go by the construction site as we always see, right? So, beautiful women, they get bombarded with that attention, right? And they get all this attention. And then it gets to a place where that attention is the currency and they become now attention seekers. Get it? At first, it was all incoming. Can't go to the store, daddy. I know. I'm walking with you. I got to fight 19 dudes' eyes turning around. I know. And then all of a sudden, for some of these people, some ladies, they become the attention seekers, right? All of a sudden, they got this psychological play where if everybody ain't looking at them, oh, something wrong. Oh, I ain't looking fresh, something wrong, right? They just start staring. And you ever see a girl just playing it off like, girl, you know you want to be seen. Like, just give me eye contact. And women see you. When they give you eye contact, they want you to see them. You know what I mean? They want you to come holla, holla. So they all of a sudden use that vanity against themselves. It becomes something that eats them up. And they become attention seekers. From all that attention to now, I need that attention. Give me more of that crack. They get flooded with material items to impress them. Come on, y'all know how we roll. You need a car? Oh, okay. You know what I mean? You need a house? For real? That's a lot. Okay. Oh, you want that ring? Nah. That purse too? Nah. Okay. Like, you do all this to impress them. Material items. Give them all that material stuff, right? And then it flips on them again. Here comes that vanity. They become materialistic. So why I bring up attention? Why I bring up materials? Because when you in the league, when you a dude, and I'm not just talking about having money, because these type of women, the predators, Joe Button, they stay at the top level, which is money and fame, as long as they can. And we've all seen it. When they finally can't get, whether it's the court of public opinion or just that dude to really buy into them, like you could tell these relationships start getting weak. You know what I mean? She like with somebody and it's just like, dog, that ain't gonna last. And it doesn't last. You know where they go next? That money with no fame, that Wall Street exec, right? That guy that got that little hedge fund, that little VC over there. Nobody know who he is, but giggle if you want. Who did that? They were lying about being with the Turks and Caicos dude. Like, remember her? She was in Players Club. I forget her name. But yeah. And then she was with him. I don't know. I ain't even follow the story. But I just remember, like, I remember the notches dropping. I was like, yep, that's how the game goes. So in this situation, since I have 3 daughters, the life lesson is, how do you raise your daughter not to be on the pole? All right, check, not on the pole. How do you raise her not to be in the club? Check. My daughter's not in the club like that. How do you raise your daughter to actually find a good dude since she's a good girl? And I'm not a believer that there are more good girls and more good guys. I don't believe that. If you're a good dude, there's a good girl for you. I believe that. Now, there's a lot more women in this world than men. So that means some of them don't want you. Some of them ain't qualified, etc. It weeds itself out. But if you ever go somewhere and you're a good person, trust me, you ain't by yourself. That's all I got to say. So, looking at this situation, my 3 daughters, my 2 little ones so far, they're only 3 and 5. Good job. But I did catch my 5-year-old putting on makeup the other day. I was like, damn, at 5 already? She was just putting on makeup, fake makeup too. She's just doing it. She closing her eyes. She dabbing. It's hilarious. I'm going to have to send y'all that video. I'm going to have to let y'all see that. Other than that, my 24-year-old, she's modest. I will say this. Like, she's just really meek. She want to stay under the radar, stay out the scene. She's just good like that. Really good girl. I'm really blessed. I don't want a thought because I almost married a thought, according to my family. Let me give you this quick story. I'm out of this. I'm getting drafted. I'm dating somebody that I really liked, I really loved, I was really into, but she was really older than me. And my family, recognized gang. All my women in my life, my mama, my grandmama, my aunties, my sister, they hated her. And I was like, why y'all hate her? Y'all really don't know her. And they were like, she 8 years older than you. I was like, at least. And then it was weird. There was a time where I was like, how old are you for real? And she was like, boy, you know. And I was like, that's that, oh, I'm lying ass auntie response. I was like, girl, how old are you? So, I ain't gonna lie. I was in love with somebody. I didn't know 100% how old they were. Anyway, at least 8 years older. And then my family just kept attacking her. Like, leave her alone. So finally, it started to get through to me. Because it wasn't what they were saying. It's because at one time somebody was like, yeah, man, I remember her. She used to hang with my homeboy and them. And they were ballers. And I was like, oh, damn, here we go. Now my family already got this. They on the scent. They already smell blood. And then now I know everybody, oh, that's just my homeboy. Oh, that's my big brother. Because I was some people's big brother. I was their homeboy. I knew what that meant. So I was like, damn. And then the backbreaker was this. I got paid from my agent in advance. He gave me $10,000 right my senior year before I get paid from the league. Before I'm drafted, I got $10K on campus. Yeah. Pepperoni pizza on me. I'm buying big slices, right? I'm up in there eating extra mozzarella. All right, I got $10K in 1997. I am eating in college. And I remember talking to her on the phone. I was like, yeah. I got my advance from my agent. Oh, really? What you gonna do with it? And she was like, yeah, so that's fresh. What you gonna do? And I'm like, I said, I'm gonna give my mama some of it. I'm gonna do my mama something, I don't know. And she was like, yo, mama. Time was suspended. I think that was the first time God said, time out. The world could stop right now. What? I remember looking at the phone, like, it was the tone. I ain't gonna lie. It wasn't even like, yo, mama. She could have said, oh, you gonna get your mama something? What? But she said, yo, mama. What? I was like, oh, I know what that meant. I was like, ooh, I ain't even got paid yet. And this is what we going through? Okay. That, and now this is a wrap. 3 strikes, you're out. Get up out of here. And it hurt, y'all. But the point is, I almost caught a Draya, they say. I don't know. I ain't believe it. I still don't believe it. I think I could have made it work. But the point is, what do you think, man? Break down, what do you think when you see this dynamic? An older woman, beautiful, and a young baller. Like, it seems so scripted. It seemed like, dog, it can't be nothing else. I'm just not the one to say that because I've been in that before. And I hate when somebody try to tell me my relationship is. I'm like, nah, dog, it ain't that. You ever been there? Somebody be like, nah, you know you don't like her like that. Yeah, I do. Nah, you just like her because she fine. I know, and I think she cool. Nah, she ain't cool like that. Me and my boys talk for real. So I've told my boy before, you shouldn't have married her. And he did. And then 10 years later, he's talking about they're getting divorced. And he's like, don't you even say it. I was like, 10 years? I don't know if I was right. Point being, what y'all think when y'all see these kind of relationships like this?